Hello everyone, David Lynch here, and as you can see I'm sat in my car rather than in my office about to film a transfer update, and there is a good reason for that. Now, one of the big requests I've got quite a lot since starting this YouTube channel really is that people want to see what it's like the day in the life of a football journalist, and I thought the best opportunity really to do that, the most interesting part of the job, is around match days. So I thought this was a really good opportunity to sort of try this out. I'm not sure how my video editing skills are going to be or whether this is going to look the most professional. I will try my best to give you at least a really good insight into what it's like to work a match day. Now, the game today is Liverpool's final pre-season friendly before the season gets underway proper, and that is against Darmstadt. Now, instead of being at Anfield, because those works are going on there, we're going to be going somewhere a little bit different and going to Preston North End Stadium, Deepdale. So it will be a little bit different to usual, but hopefully, as I say, you can get a little bit of an insight into what it's like to be up close to the players and the manager and behind the scenes that press set up and see what the press box really looks like and whether the food's any good as well, because that's what most of us are really interested in. So, as I say, hopefully take you on this journey now to Preston, and you can get a real insight into what it's like for us as football journalists on a day-to-day basis. So as you can see, I've just arrived here at Deepdale, Preston North End's ground, ready for the game. It's an absolutely glorious day. I've just parked up now, so ready to go in. Got to find where I get my accreditation. I have just been told, rather disappointingly, that the press box in that area is on the other side of the stadium, so got a quick walk around the stadium till I get there. But let's get inside and get my accreditation, get in the ground and see what this is all about. So I've made it into the press room here at Preston, and as you can see, it's just a lounge they've set up for us. I actually just had a nice little walk around the stadium. You may remember I was told that the press room was on the other side of the stadium. That actually turned out not to be true. That kind of a little bit of an occupational hazard really when you're a journalist. When you come to these away stadiums, no one ever seems to really know where anything is. I'll just show you there's my pass, my accreditation. That gets me in at these ones. You get one of those for every game. And we also get a nice little match programme. I tend to keep hold of mine. They're just nice little mementos of games I've been to, which is quite a few now down the years. Been doing this around 10 years, so got quite the stacks really up in my loft at home, which I really probably do need to sort through. I just wanted to show you one more little thing from the press room that we're in at the moment. There's a list here of players, Preston's players of the season, a few names that you might recognise on there if you have a little bit of a closer look. So you get John Welsh, who was in Liverpool's academy, and also Ben Davies, who was signed not that long ago on loan, and also the goalkeeper Andrew Lonergan as well. So lots of Liverpool links here. So I've just come out of the press room now to find the press box, and it's just up these stairs here, as you can see. I still kind of get excited every time I do this at a new ground. It's just nice to see new grounds and historic places like this where football's been played for hundreds of years. I still find that really exciting. So I'll just take you up the stairs and show you the view from the press box. Just recovering from the heartbreaking news that there's actually no food on for the press today, unfortunately, so nothing to keep us going throughout the match, which we're in an unusual situation, just to give you an insight into what we usually get as journalists. So I've decided to just come up to my seat. As you can see, pretty decent view here at Deepdale. That's a pretty nice view of the pitch here, right up in the centre of the pitch as well, so you should get a really good view of the whole game. We're just seeing a few fans starting to come in now. We're nowhere near full yet. We're just over an hour away from kick-off, but few people starting to come in and hopefully start to generate a bit of an atmosphere. We have just had the team news, and we do generally get a piece of paper with the team news printed out, but nothing for that today. Sometimes I think that's just the case when it's a friendly, so it's not an official fixture, so nothing like that. But we've just had the team news, and we should be seeing the warm-up soon, so I'll give you a peek into what it's like to watch the warm-ups as well from the stands when the players start to come out. We should see the goalkeepers out first, then the rest of the squad going up through the warm-ups just before the match kicks off. This doesn't happen every game. We've just had the news that the kickoff has been delayed by 15 minutes here at Deepdale. We've just had a member of staff here at Preston just come around and inform us all. So that knocks back everything by 15 minutes. Obviously, that can be a bit of a difficult one for the people who are working for newspapers in terms of deadlines to file in. Probably less urgent around a friendly than it would be around a competitive game, but it's sort of something for them to think about. Unfortunately for me, I'm filing for online, so there's no deadline around that one. We can just work with that quite easily. But yeah, one for the newspapers to think about. And when I've worked for newspapers in the past, that news might not have always gone down particularly well. You can just see behind me now the players have just come out for the warm-ups. The Darmstadt players are there. Their fans are going absolutely crazy in the corner over there. It might just be a friendly, but these fans seem like they're really up for it, really singing and chanting for the team, even just during the warm-ups. I'm sure they're going to be absolutely brilliant during the game. Just waiting for Liverpool to come out now. That little delay to the kick-off is meaning they're obviously warming up a little bit later as well, so I'm sure there'll be a nice reception when they come out though, because there's a sea of red around here. You can just see Liverpool coming out to warm up now. Really nice reception from all the Liverpool fans out here. Like I said, it is a sea of red here. There's no doubt who everyone's here to see, and the Liverpool fans getting such a warm reception to this team now. They're really excited to see them in action here. Get a decent view here in the press box of Liverpool warm up. It becomes pretty familiar across the course of the season because you see this these routines so frequently, and they do usually warm up in the same way to get the players ready for the match. You can see there's two separate groups there, and that's how they split things up. It's the starting 11 will warm up together, and then the subs will warm up separately. Different exercises to get them ready. For those who are starting, they need a bit more intensity. The subs just need to keep the legs warm, and obviously they'll keep that up on the sidelines from there on in to be ready for whenever they're called upon during the match. Half time here at Deepdale, and the players have just gone off in a really entertaining first half actually. You can just see now behind me the players coming out to warm up, who the substitutes. Maybe see a lot of changes at half time, or maybe not too long after, with this being a pre-season friendly. We don't usually see the pitch as packed as this one, but just gives us time anyway as journalists to nip down and get a cup of tea. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So game's over here at Deepdale, and you can see behind me the lawn mowers are straight out. That's usually what they do at these elite level grounds, is they really do take care of the grass and want to get it mowed straight after the game now. Usually at this point we'd get a post-match press conference with Jurgen Klopp, but he's not doing that for this being a pre-season friendly, and apparently he doesn't want to do any sort of press, which is probably not a huge surprise given he'd probably just get quizzed about transfers, which he doesn't particularly like. So that's one we're going to have to hold back for the press conference coming up ahead of the Chelsea game. So no real post-match here. I think there's maybe Virgil van Dijk is doing a little bit for the newspapers just over in the corner, just over my shoulder, just there, but apart from that, not a lot of post-match in this one, which is kind of unusual. We don't see that a lot. You know, like I say, usually in matches after Premier League games, we get a press conference with Jurgen Klopp, and then also the ability to go in the mix zone where you usually can get hold of some players. That's maybe something I'll be able to show you on another video if I do a behind the scenes of a Premier League game. But all kind of quiet here after a friendly. Just outside Deepdale now, and as you can see, it's pretty quiet. Not a lot of people hanging around now. Obviously, fans get off straight after the match, but a little bit different for us journalists. We've got to hang around and file our copy and do all the post-match. So yeah, we usually end up coming out of grounds this late and hanging around. This happens around European games a lot as well. Now obviously I hope you've enjoyed this sort of insight into what the day in the life of a journalist. A couple of disappointments in there. Obviously didn't get to speak to Jurgen Klopp after this match, which is quite unusual, and we didn't get a player either. That again is quite unusual, but I think that gives you an idea of what it's like as a journalist. Sometimes you don't always get what you want, don't always get the copy you want, don't always get to speak to the player or the manager, so sometimes things go against you. But yeah, it's good for you guys to get that insight, I suppose, into sometimes it's the up and down life of a journalist. You don't always get the access and the copy that you want to file, and things sometimes go against you. But as I say, hopefully a really good insight into what a day in my life is like, a working day around a match, and hopefully I do one of these again around a Premier League game, so you get to see things at Anfield and see how they work and see the mix zone, and again the post-match press conference which Jurgen Klopp will hopefully do this time. So if you've enjoyed this, obviously there will be more to come on this channel. As I say, more insights from Anfield, Kirkby, from around the grounds all up and down the country, and hopefully you'll all enjoy them. If you want to keep track of all those, then please do like and subscribe and keep following, and I'll keep bringing these insights to you.